Hello, everybody. I am Andrew here from Andrew's Meteorology, and I just wanted to do a little presentation here on winter weather safety. It's never too early to start talking about winter, as it is just right around the corner. Um, Jumping into this presentation here, some winter weather hazards that we need to keep in mind are snow and sleet, blizzards, freezing rain, snow squalls, cold temperatures, strong winds, flooding, and fog. And I will go over each one of these here um, throughout the presentation here. Starting off with snow and sleet. Snow and sleet primarily affect travel, but can also damage infrastructure. Damage from winter storms exceeds $1 billion annually, which is a lot. Um, the National Weather Service will issue a winter storm warning, winter storm watch, or winter weather advisory. Um, and then talking about blizzards, um, blizzards occur when strong winds cause blowing snow and whiteout conditions. Do not travel during a blizzard warning, especially in open country. The National Weather Service will usually issue a blizzard warning with that. Freezing rain is another hazard that we need to keep in mind. Freezing rain affects travel and can knock out power. Have an emergency kit in case the power goes out. And when we're talking about power outages, freezing rain can knock out the power for a while because um, usually with freezing rain, there's a lot of power outages around the region, and you'll just need to give the power companies time to get around to fixing that. That's why I always emphasize to have an emergency kit ready just in case the power ever goes out, and make sure if you have one, uh, make sure your generator is in working order and ready for the winter. The National Weather Service will usually issue an ice storm warning or winter weather advisory with this. Talking about snow squalls now. Snow squalls will produce sudden whiteout conditions, falling temperatures, and icy roads. And I mean, they can actually cause accumulation of 1 inch or more in less than 5 to 10 minutes because snow squalls usually contain uh, heavy snow. These events are usually very short-lived, usually 30 to 60 minutes, and extremely intense. The National Weather Service will usually issue a snow squall warning with this. Some winter storm products issued by the National Weather Service that we need to keep in mind are winter storm watches and winter storm warnings. Winter storm watches are usually issued when heavy snow, sleet, or freezing rain is possible, and be prepared to adjust travel plans in case a warning is issued. In other words, a winter storm watch means to be prepared. A winter storm warning, on the other hand, means that um, heavy snow, sleet, or freezing rain is expected. Travel will become dangerous and delay or adjust travel plans until conditions improve. Winter storm warnings mean to take action. So, in other words, just to be all on the same page here, you'll see a reoccurring theme through this presentation that watches mean to be prepared and warnings mean to take action. Talking about cold temperatures, cold weather can cause frostbite and or hypothermia. Dress in layers, cover exposed skin, and limit time outside when the temperatures drop. The National Weather Service will usually issue a wind chill warning, wind chill watch, or wind chill advisory um, when the conditions are appropriate for those to be issued. Some cold weather products issued by the National Weather Service that we need to keep in mind are a wind chill watch and a wind chill warning. A wind chill watch is usually issued when very cold air and wind is possible. Check the forecast and be prepared in case a warning is issued. In other words, a wind chill watch means to be prepared. A wind chill warning, on the other hand, is usually issued when very cold air and wind is expected. Conditions could lead to frostbite or hypothermia. Limit time outside, dress in layers, and cover up exposed skin. In other words, it means to take action. Preparing for winter. Some tips to prepare for winter are to check the forecast to get the latest weather. In other words, you can also tune into our social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, as we will be posting updates as well. But also make sure you are staying tuned for your or to your local weather sources for the latest updates. Plan accordingly based on the expected weather conditions. Have a winter survival kit in your car if you must travel, and dress appropriately if you must go outside. Um, for a winter survival kit, for your car, usually you would keep warm clothes, blanket, food, water, a cell phone, and a charger handy, just in case you get happen to get stranded along the road due to blizzard or bad conditions. For your home, you'll keep food, water, medication, flashlight, and a first aid kit handy, um, just in case you would get stranded in your home to where you couldn't get outside. Strong winds. Powerful winter storms can bring strong winds that cause damage. Strong wind makes travel difficult, especially for large vehicles. Seek shelter in a sturdy structure during strong winds. And a lot of times, snow squalls can come with strong winds too. So, um, you got to keep that in mind too. Um, Driving when windy, make sure you slow down, keep two hands on the wheel, distance yourself from trucks, buses, and other vehicles, as well as vehicles towing trailers. Keep an eye out for debris, down power lines, and tree branches. Um, some high wind products that are issued by the National Weather Service are high wind watches and high wind warnings. A high wind watch is usually issued when sustained strong winds are possible. Secure loose outdoor items and adjust plans if necessary so that you're not caught outside. High wind warnings are usually issued when sustained strong winds are happening or are about to happen. That means to seek shelter in a sturdy structure. If driving, use caution, keep both hands on the wheel, and slow down. A high wind watch means to be prepared, and a high wind warning means to take action. Flooding. Flooding can be caused by heavy rain, snowmelt, or ice jams. Usually, we see it being caused by snowmelt or ice jams during the winter season, but there has also been instances in the wintertime where heavy rain has caused flooding too, especially when you have more of a mild winter than a snowy winter. More than half of all flood fatalities are vehicle related, and never drive through floodwaters. And I re-emphasize that. Never attempt to drive through floodwaters. Ice jams. Ice jam flooding occurs when chunks of ice build up and prevent water from flooding or flowing downstream. This can cause uh, This can lead to rapid rises upstream or downstream from the ice jam, and that's how flooding occurs with ice jams. Never drive through floodwaters. Debris flows. Debris flows are possible when rain falls on steep terrain or burn scars. Soil, rocks, plants, and other objects may be swept downhill. Never drive around barricades. So, some flood products that are issued by the National Weather Service are flood watches and flood warnings. A flood watch is issued when flooding is possible, and that means to stay tuned to trusted news sources and to be ready to seek higher ground when necessary. And in other words, that means to be prepared. A flood warning is usually issued when flooding is happening or about to happen, and that means to move to higher ground immediately. Never drive or walk through floodwaters, and that means to take action. Dense fog. Dense fog poses a threat to motorists. Um, Usually, when dense fog is present, that means to slow down. Don't use cruise control by any means um, due to the lack of visibility in front of you. Leave plenty of space between you and the other vehicle in front of you, and make sure you use your low beams. And then some winter safety resources that you can check out are on your screen there. Feel free to check any of those out if you are interested in exploring more winter weather safety guidelines. But that is currently all I have for you in this presentation. I hope you at least got some beneficial information from it. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message. Um, but in other words, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening as well as a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.